Back in the day when TV was actually full of original ideas and not a cesspool of poorly asked redos and other things like that, shows used to be 26 episodes deep. Used to be the standard going forward for just about every show to have, well, 26. Why do you think I came up with the name of New 26? Because that used to be the standard. Now it's 13. Half that. Code Lyoko has 3 seasons that are 26 and one that is 13. I'll get to that when we get to that. But Code Earth, today's review du jour, happens to be the 25th episode here. But it's the first part of the 2-part finale to season 1 of this crazy show. And it's all about payoffs. If Ghost Channel is the end of the episodic divide, then Code Earth is the beginning of the serialized one. The one that would determine the future of the show, for the better. And Code Earth is, in fact, the beginning of this, because it's an entire episode of payoffs. Everything set up from the previous 24 episodes, well, mainly the 8 that consider the plot, finally culminate here. Jeremy's finally figured out the materialization program that Odd figured out on accident. He's run it several times like a true scientist, and it's ready to go. So, you would think the show's about to end, right? Aelita's about to come to Earth. Santa's about to get turned off. Show over. You would think that, and the episode does a good job at making you believe it, because the entire episode is about getting the one specific moment. Usually, when TV shows do the one specific moment thing, it's after episodes of build up, maybe a slight tease or two, maybe a false positive. And there's been those so far. See Cruel Dilemma as the false positive, and the teases with the girl in the dreams and episodes like Frontier and Ghost Channel showing that it's possible. Yes, the episode has been led up to successfully. The writers dotted their T's, crossed their I's, and earned it. Big time. And the entire episode is getting us to that point. Yumi getting future Aelita has to be in temporarily. And trust me, it's only temporary. Her getting enrolled in the school due to some forgery criminals. Everything is successfully arranged. But not all is correct. Jim Morales, our faithful gym teacher, is now getting more suspicious than ever. Sissy does not help matters in this, and just when the kids thought it was safe to go through the plot, of course, bad things have to happen because tension must occur. The first of which is Jeremy picking up the wrong CD and having to double back to get the right one, which leads him to getting caught by Jim and unfortunately injuring his foot. Convenient. Meanwhile, Xana tries to pull one last, well, to this point we think last, attack to try to prevent the obvious. And thanks to Jim, well, being a cool guy and also getting fired from John Luke after all the conspiracy theories and snooping around, and ultimately Jeremy's injury acts as the final straw to give him the proverbial axe. This leads to Jim helping Jeremy get back to the lab to put the right CD in to launch the program. Funny how that works. And thanks to Lyoko Warriors playing a good game of Plants vs. Zombies. Finally, after 25 episodes, the materialization occurs. Aelita now in 2D in a scanner. Now, the funny thing about this is her outfit is the same outfit that years before she entered the scanner for the first time in. It would take an entire another season for us to learn the story about it. Because meanwhile, behind the scenes, the entire series Bible, that's right, the entire thing was being rewritten from the ground up. Plus, the computer-generated 3D technology was about to get a massive overhaul. The series was about to change forever, little to our knowledge. And this would start the greatest second season of anything I have ever seen in television. But before we get there, we have to get to part 2 of the finale. One of my favorites, actually. Naturally, Code Earth gets a perfect 6 as the start of Code Lyoko's serialized nature. It's a payoff a minute with setup, tension, and character beats all throughout, leading to the ultimate payoff of Aelita's materialization. Done perfectly and set up through multiple episodes of the season. If the season had ended here without one extra episode, it would have been the perfect capstone to a season. But turns out there's an even better one upcoming. A much better one, in fact. And oh, before I forget about it, because it is quite necessary odd doing music videos. something that will come up much later. Later. Also, the reason why the series Bible was changed, well, I won't get into that until we need to get into that. But it's a big change. Cold Earth gets a 6. Next week, we end season 1 with the false start review. And then the week after, I talk about season 1 last time and give it a totality grade before jumping straight into S2. I did say we were going straight through this piece, and we're going to do it. I can't wait to start season 2 with you. So until next week, when we start closing the book on season 1, I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana. I'll see you then.